If you're walking on eggshells, anxious of what can go wrong next with the person you're caring for who's living with dementia, it's time you start considering the ABC method. If you're searching for a better way to handle challenging situations and behaviors, then you're in the right place. My name is Jonah Francis with Pansy Home Care Service, and today we're talking about addressing challenging behaviors. It's time to define what success looks like for you as well as the person you're caring for before you can do anything else. This definition of success will guide you through this journey that you're both on. Also, when working through all situations, the approach we'll be considering and referencing is the habilitative approach to care. So if you're not familiar with what this approach is, I'll share a link in the description below so you can find out some more. Now, through the habilitative approach to care, we are always thinking of each aspect of care and how it might impact the person you're caring for, including practicing preventative measures as well as checking yourself, your own mindset, moment to moment, remembering those very goals for care and success measures that we've set. But when faced with challenging behaviors, how do you overcome it? That's the question. Would you believe me if I said it's as easy as ABC? Antecedents, behaviors, consequences. These make up the topic we're addressing in terms of dementia-related behaviors and are better known as the ABC method. Now, words like antecedents might make it a bit hard for you to remember, but I promise today, all we'll be talking about is the process, and you will definitely remember the process. Think about it like this. What happens before the behavior? The actual behavior itself, and the response to the behavior. What makes this process so beneficial to remember, of course, is the fact that it can help you change. It can change your life and also prevent behaviors from happening in the first place. On a recent presentation done by the Alzheimer's Association, Dr. Cheryl Zimmerman presented results of a study done on nearly 400 residents across assisted living communities. Finding 25% of the time, staff were aware of things that can cause behaviors in their residents. And nearly 40% of the time, medication management was used in response to the behaviors itself. Now, I don't know about you, but 25% of the time seems kind of low for staff knowing things that can cause behaviors. But makes sense when you start to consider how many residents the staff are responsible for on a single shift. Think about this. A normal ratio for an assisted living community is 1 staff member for every 8 residents. And at times, it can be as much as 12 residents they're responsible for, depending on circumstances. Plus, they have to do things in their shift like bathing their residents, feeding, toileting, and much, much more for each person they're responsible for. Which I hope puts into perspective not just the fact that they know what's causing behaviors, but the fact that they are not acting on the information to prevent behaviors in the first place, citing lack of time. That makes sense, right? But if we're talking about you, if you're documenting daily, I think you might be able to predict at a much higher percentage what is likely to cause our loved ones to have a behavior. Predicting and preventing behaviors, in other words, antecedents, will reduce the use of medication-based treatments, which can be dangerous, right, and have dangerous side effects, but it can also reduce your chances of stress and burnouts so you can keep going. But what happens when you're actually in the midst of a behavior? How do you overcome that in that moment? Hit the link below for the second half of the Dementia ABCs 1, 2, 3s so we could take a deeper dive into the actual behaviors, consequences, and introduce our 1, 2, 3 approach to overcoming behaviors. I'm Jonah with Pansy Home Care Service, reminding you that you deserve better. Let's do it together. Peace.